Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Rule number one of recording anything: always check your audio before you submit your recording of whatever you just recorded. Yesterday, when I recorded my video, I didn't realize that I didn't have my earbuds in until after I did it. And at that point, it was too late because I was not going to record that crap again because of what I did in the beginning. And if you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. That's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It's not going to happen again. I got a haircut today because I could not take it anymore. And when I get home for spring break, this is going to be cut back further because I don't like how that looks right now. Loosening up after a long day today. Today was a very, very good day. I started out kind of crappy, but it ended up being good because one, the main big reason is I had a light bulb moment for my book, and I have even more of a better idea now where I'm going with things. I basically figured out how I wanted it to start. The other thing was the Jonas Brothers are back together again tonight at midnight, I believe, is what the deal is with that. I was a Joe Bro for legit. I was a legitimate Joe Bro even before Camp Rock and all that. I was into the Jonas Brothers. When they were small, I was into them. I was one of those few people that liked them when nobody liked them at the time being. The Hate You Give, I finished reading that yesterday. And I'm going to recommend that book it's called The Hate You Give. Actually, let me grab it. This will grab it and show you. I showed it on the camera. I showed it in the other video, but I'm just going to show it again. This is it without the cover. If you can read that, I don't know if you can because it's backwards for me. But that's called The Hate You Give, and I believe I have the actual cover in the drawer. Yeah. Here's the actual cover for it, so you can see it better. This is actually a movie now, so I can actually watch the movie and be happy with whatever they chose to do, even though I know they already changed some things after just seeing a small snippet of the trailer. I know they changed a couple scenes already. That's not the point of why I decided to talk about it. The reason why I decided to talk about it is now I am going to, if anyone wants to know what it was like for me growing up where I grew up, and not realizing a lot of the stuff that I needed to realize, but I was just too late realizing it, I'm going to tell them to read that book because it puts everything in perspective for them, for me. Of course, things are over-exaggerated in it because it's a book, but even the stuff that's exaggerated, it could have happened to me in that extent, but it didn't go that far, nowhere near as far as what happens in the book, but it's still pretty darn close to what I went through as a kid growing up in the town I grew up in, and that part of why I don't want to go back. Why I don't want to go back and plan to never go back, because one, my parents moved anyway, so I don't have to worry about it, and two, I'm planning to leave the state as soon as possible just because of my growing up experiences of being here and kind of my college experience too, which has been better than my growing up experience, but I'm more knowledgeable now, so I notice a lot more things that I don't like about this state, and I'm ready for something new. So the states that I am considering right now, I've literally gone from the north to the south to the west to the east, and then even to the east, even though I know I won't ever go there because one, it's too expensive, and not even that. One, there's too many people. Two, it's too expensive, and three, it's too far east. Four, it's way too cold over there, and five, there's too much snow. And I'm these are the top 5 things I'm trying to avoid with a place. So in my top states my dream states are Washington and Oregon, and they might be where I end up down the line, but as of right now, I'm going to hold off on those two just because one, they're north and they're cold and they're in snow, so I'm gonna try and avoid going to Oregon or Washington for at least 5 years, or until I have a career in until 5 years, or until I get a career where I sustain enough money to where I can pay off all my freaking student loans and then move out there and settle down. But until then, I am going to more realistically consider Texas, uh, Nevada, and then LA. And I say LA third for all of you that know me, because I want to be a screenwriter on top of everything, as well as a video editor. So I should be out in LA, but LA is so expensive and it's completely out of my price range. It would be an extreme struggle for me to live there. I would have to live in like a very crappy place to live there because I cannot have roommates. It's not because I'm selfish or anything, but I am very particular, and I'm a perfectionist, and I like stuff clean. And unless if I get a roommate that will clean and be respectful, then I understand. But I don't trust most people either is also an issue. So if I find someone that I trust that's clean and they will respect my stuff, then I would room with them and rent out a house or something with them. But as of right now, I don't have anyone like that. So I plan to live on my own and just struggle that way. But in LA, I just don't think I could do it. I mean, it's possible. I would just have to live in a crap hole that I don't want to live in. Unless, yeah, basically, there's no other option for me with that because I don't really know anyone out there that would give me a room or anything like that for cheap and to help me get out there, so which is fine. I would have to go out there and just find a place that would be very highly priced for an overpriced room that's very underqualified, which I do not want to do, and I don't want to do a micro apartment anymore. I thought about doing a micro unit because I thought I liked having this amount of space that my dorm is right here, which is pretty much what a micro unit would be, with a sink and a shower in the hallway, basically. Either a sink in here and a shower in the hallway, or a shared kitchen. Which is another reason why I know I don't want to do a micro unit or anything like that, is the kitchen. I am so sick of sharing a kitchen, like you have no idea. I cook my own meals most of the time, and I am a cleanly person, so I can't share with other people who especially don't clean. So that's why I am looking at Nevada, because it's the most affordable place that I've found right now. But apparently some areas in Florida, my mom has discovered, are cheaper than Nevada. But I like Nevada because it keeps me close to LA, and I can just drive out there versus having to take a flight, which is a major plus. But if neither of those two options happen, then I would go to Dallas, because it seems like Dallas is a very interesting state that's developing right now. Even though it's kind of in the southern area that I've never wanted to go to, I've always tried to avoid, but it would be interesting to live there and just see how it is now, because people are saying it's more diverse now. Yeah, people are saying it's more diverse, there's more jobs, it's developing, it's very nice, they keep it clean. And there's sun all the time. The air is clean. The air is clean and clear. The same goes for Nevada with that. I believe they keep it pretty clean and the air is clear, despite the issues that Nevada has. But I'd rather deal with the issues Nevada has versus the issues Texas has. Not necessarily Texas, but the South states like that: Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, and Georgia. They have issues that I'd rather not even give the opportunity to be a part of by not living there. So that's why Texas is kind of a last resort, but it's a resort above LA, because LA is just, I'm already going to be broke as is because I have so many student loans I have a gigantic student loan to pay off. Hopefully it pays off down the line, because that was the whole point of coming here to Columbia, is that hopefully I learned enough to actually break into the business, which is possible. I just won't do semester in LA anymore because, one, it's expensive, and two, if I go out to LA, I kind of have reasons to be out there now other than semester in LA, and I have scripts on my own. And I've also learned that it's just better to do that stuff on your own anyway, and then you get your, you don't even really need an agent. I found out as well, especially for screenwriters at least, it's more of you putting your work out there and you doing competition. So that's my plan for that, is to that my plan is to do competition for TV networks and just put my scripts in that way, and then hopefully it gets picked up, and then just introduce myself in network, which I need to do anyway, as a part of my whole growing and trying to talk more and break out of my shell more. Alright, I'm going to end this here. One more book recommendation. I know I'm doing this and I'm not even a book channel, but I'm thinking about being a book channel. Someday I'll be redeemed by Kelly Blanchard. I haven't even read it yet, but I know it's going to be good, and the reason why I'm looking forward to it so much is because my book I'm working on is very, very similar, and very similar in style and atmosphere. So that's that. Anything else on my mind with this 12-minute ramble video of me talking about nothing? I guess I can't talk about. This year has been very, very interesting so far. 2019 has been a very interesting year. This is the first year where I have felt very, very calm in my chest area. It started about a month ago or so, where in my chest area I don't feel anxious, and I don't feel that tightness that I get from being anxious, and my lungs are starting to loosen up now. Because when I'm anxious so much, like all the time, so my lungs just like tighten up and it's hard to breathe and talk sometimes. So that's a good thing. The hands still shake, but that's like the only thing. I don't really have my tics or anything anymore that I used to have, because every now and then I would get like a weird tic, like in my neck, like I would do something like that, or my arm would just twitch, or my legs would give out from a tick. And then, so yeah, I haven't had any of those in like months. That's where it really started, was I haven't had any of that stuff for months. At least since winter break, I haven't had any issues. Yeah, okay, that's all. Sorry that this video is gonna be uploaded so late, but I didn't have anything. Been trying to think about what to talk about all day, and I had a few things show up that gave me some topics. And tomorrow we'll see about recording or about going out and vlogging. The only reason why I haven't been doing anything is just because it's so freaking cold out here in Chicago. Like right now, seriously, let me see if I can get it. Get it in the shot. Yeah, no, you can't see that. Well, if you see that like dark spot on my hand, like right in the middle, like right on the knuckle, I don't know if that's frostbite or what, but I was sitting in my class after having walked outside to class with gloves on, mind you, and I took them off, and there was like a giant scab there, and I don't know where it came from. So I'm assuming it was like not necessarily frostbite, but just from being cold, because my hands were extremely red. And then like that's what made me notice it, because I looked at my hands, because I saw that they were red, and two, they were like a mix of like a weird combination of hot and cold. So I looked at them and they were extremely red, and then I saw that scab, which isn't even really like a scab, it's just skin like shedding basically. Alright, thank you for watching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night for all the other time zones.